Is Fayetteville a safe place for you? Well, there's some places you may want to avoid. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly just for you. And I'm going to tell you where the best places are to live and where you should not go. If you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing in the Fayetteville surrounding areas, please reach out to me. The team and I would love to help you. We get emails, phone calls, text messages every day from folks just like you. So don't hesitate to shoot me a phone call or a text.
Texting.
So anytime you Google Fayetteville, North Carolina, you're probably going to see something bad. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah, Fayetteville does have a bad rap. I've lived there for over 35 years. I am also a retired Fayetteville police officer, so I have seen it all. Good, bad, you name it. I've seen it, experienced it more than once, unfortunately. And the old saying, if it bleeds, it leads. And what I mean by that, of course, is not here to make a joke, but definitely you will hear horror stories if you Google anything Fayetteville, North Carolina, usually. So does bad crime happen here? Of course it does. I lived here for 35 years and I have family here. My wife has family here. We raised our son here. He's off at college now in Greensboro. My wife has a very big, large extended family. They all live here or close by. My mother still lives here. She's 75 years old, and lives by herself. And nothing bad has ever happened to any of my family and friends, crime-wise, that I know of. And I'm talking about rape, robbery, murdered, stabbed, things like that. Now, we are victims of, I know some that are victims of property crimes. I've been a victim of property crime myself. Just a few years ago, in my neighborhood, we had a bunch of cars get broken into. So I'm not saying, it doesn't happen to us. But, unfortunately, property crimes it is not as violent, obviously, as something like robbery, rape, murder, things like that, and assault. So not trying to downgrade it. It is important, but I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But typically with violent crimes are going to be with people in bad areas.
That area is still pretty bad.
Just, if you're doing drugs and you're in a bad area, if you like going out and robbing people, raping people, assaulting people, things like that, then yeah, you're going to encounter it possibly because you're in that type of area. Obviously, avoid those type of areas. Best way I could say it, there's nothing else I could say to sugarcoat it. I'm not saying that random acts of violence does not happen to good people. Of course it does. You're an ATM late at night or even during the day. Anybody could drive up, walk up on you in a few minutes, few seconds, and rob you. Yes, of course they can. If you're walking through a parking lot, Walmart, the mall, whatever, yeah, somebody can come up and carjack you, things like that. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but obviously be aware of where you're at all times. And I think that just goes anywhere you're going to be. So your next question is, why does Fayetteville have such bad crime? Well, my opinion, after being a cop for over 20 years for North Carolina and 16 years with Fayetteville, I think it's just, we have some low poverty here. Not a lot of jobs here, other than if you're a soldier or you're a civilian working on Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty area. It's just not a lot of job opportunities here that are like other cities that are like Raleigh up the street, which is like an hour and a half away, or Charlotte, or even Greensboro, Winston-Salem. We just don't have a lot of job opportunities here that are, high salary paying jobs. So the unemployment rate in Fayetteville, North Carolina is 4.3, and the national average is 4.7. Just to give you some more stats, in Fayetteville, 87.3% of residents have successfully graduated from high school, where the national average stands at 83%. The educational makeup of any city can exert a significant influence on crime rates. Now, I don't want to bore you with a bunch of crime stats. I've got a video for that. If you want to check out crime stats, you can check it out right there in the corner. But I will give you one, stat or data. I went to a website called Area Vibes, and this is what they said about Fayetteville. Overall crime rates in Fayetteville, typically crime is higher in two major categories: violent crimes and property crimes. Based on the most recent report, Fayetteville crime is higher than the national average by 90.8%. Specifically, there are 2,044 violent crimes in Fayetteville, equivalent to 97 per 100,000 individuals, higher than the national average by 164.5%. Furthermore, Fayetteville records 7,224 property crimes, amount to 3,457 per 1,000 residents, which was higher than national average by 76.9%. So yes, those are some bad numbers. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. Fayetteville doesn't have its problems. Of course we do. So what are the locals saying about Fayetteville, North Carolina? Well, according to the same website, Area Vibes conducted polls asking local residents if they feel safe in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Based on the result of the surveys, 252 responses, 23% of people felt that there was very little crime in Fayetteville, felt safe walking alone at night, while 77% of the people felt that it was not a safe place to live and did not feel safe walking at night. So if you were stationed at Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty, if you lived in Fayetteville one time and you had a horror story, definitely drop it down below. I like to hear about it. Or if you had a good story, I'd like to hear about it also. I lived here for a long time, so I don't think it's as bad as people portray it to be, but definitely I like to hear what you have to say. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of stats, but definitely I will drop the crime mapping for Fayetteville, North Carolina right here. You can also check out another website called Neighborhood Scouts. I've talked about it before in the past. So definitely check out those websites, and at least you can see where the crime is happening at, especially with the crime mapping map for Fayetteville. So even the show called Extreme Homeover Makeover Edition from ABC, they showed up in Fayetteville in 2013. And they're here to fix up the Jubilee house, which has, I think, over 7,000 square feet. And it was a house for homeless veteran women, which is a great thing to definitely nonprofit organization to participate in. They showed up, they fixed up the house. It was a great thing. I was out there myself as a police officer, making sure, nobody disturbed or got crazy.
To protect and serve. To protect and
with the crew that was there from ABC Homeover Extreme Edition, whatever the show was called, I can't remember now. And even the First Lady, Michelle Obama, showed up and was here for it. So fast forward, now the Jubilee House had to shut down due to the fact that the owner was not keeping up with her funds, and she did bad bookkeeping. And unfortunately, the place had to shut down. And that, sad story. Definitely, I think somebody else has stepped in now. I've not seen anything lately about it, but stepped in and took over the house. I'm not sure if it's still used for veterans or not, but, it just shows you something like that. It's just, again, the low unemployment rate, not a lot of job opportunities. And, we've got a lot of veterans here and want to help them out. But something like this is just... nothing to do with crime, but it's just, heartbreaking to see this happen. So how you can determine the good areas and the bad areas and things like that? Well, 4 things that I would definitely look for are going to be property values, are going to be property taxes, days on market, and school ratings. So obviously if homes are selling quickly in a certain area, if you type in a certain zip code or school area, and homes are on the market, very short amount of time, or if you go to look at homes in that area, and you notice a lot of multiple offers on a home, good chance it's a good area. Usually people are not buying houses in a bad area. Obviously you see, house on market just a little longer. Not every house by means. Some houses are just on the market a little longer just to the fact that may be due to the price. But anyway, get off topic there. Definitely see a house that's, on the market a little longer could be an issue. Why is it on the market a little longer? Could be the house itself. Maybe there's something wrong with the house, or it could be the area. Definitely do your research. Now, full disclaimer, as a realtor, due to the Fair Housing Act, I'm not allowed to give you my opinion or talk about crime, schools, things like that. Due to the Fair Housing Act, we're not allowed to do that as realtors, but I can provide data for you, which I'm doing. So, days on market, definitely look at that. Another thing is school ratings. There's a website you can definitely check out called ncreporters.com. You can also check out greatschools.org, which is a third-party website. Both these websites are great if you're looking for a certain school. All you have to do is type in the address that you're looking at or a zip code, and it'll tell you what school your children could be going to, or if you're planning on having children in the future, could be going to. So they give school ratings. They'll tell you above average, below average, exceeds, or just at average for the school.
How's school?
All right, so next thing we can look at is going to be property value. So obviously our homes our median price here is between $220 and $250. So if you're looking at homes there, in that price range, that's probably going to be everybody's price range. See where most homes are going the quickest at. Like I said, going back to days on market. if the homes are, selling up very quickly, get multiple offers, things like that, good chance it's a good area. Are you thinking of relocating to the Fayetteville surrounding areas, or are you about to PCS to Fort Liberty? Well, I've got just the thing for you. The team and I have actually taken time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below in the description. And the best part of this guide is 100% free. Yes, you heard me right, free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. I hope this helps you, and please reach out if you have any questions. Our next thing we're talking about is going to be zip codes. Now, the Fayetteville Observer did an article about 6-7 months ago of the best zip codes in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So check it out right here. So next thing I talk about is going to be suburbs or even counties that are kind of neighboring and butt up to Cumberland County that are close by. Which is going to be Hope County, one is going to be Harnett County. Now, Hope County is actually both are very rural, but Hope County, the biggest city there is going to be Rayford, which is not very big. I've got a video on that. If you want to learn more about Rayford, right up there in the corner, check it out. A lot of people are moving to the Rayford area because it's close enough to Fayetteville. And if you're looking to commute to Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg area, it's like about a 30-minute drive with 295 coming in and being built in. So it's not too far. Depends on you, of course, how far you want to travel or commute. The other area I'm going to talk about is going to be Harnett County. And I did a video about Harnett County. It's right up there in the corner also. So check out that video. But a lot of people moving to the Harnett County area, which is just past Spring Lake. And you've got Cameron, you got Lillington, you've got a little bit of Sanford out there, and a lot of people like moving to that area. Now it's a little more, it's more north. It's definitely growing up in that area. We've got Raleigh, North Carolina, which is the capital of North Carolina, about an hour and a half away from Fayetteville. And from that area, you're probably looking at about almost an hour drive. So a lot of people are moving from Raleigh or moving to this area because they don't want to live in Raleigh because it's too expensive, and they're commuting a good hour to Raleigh. And then of course we're pushing everybody up, they're pushing everybody down. So definitely a hot area that a lot of people are moving to. There's been a lot of new homes out there, so new construction is what you're looking for, and you want to be kind of far out but maybe close to Raleigh too. That could be an area for you. If you enjoyed this video, please check out this video right here that YouTube recommends to you. And if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing in the Fayetteville surrounding areas, please reach out to me. The team and I would love to help you. See you guys in the next video.